morning. It's me. And you find me here in an artificially lit room because it's wet, dark, windy, and cold here in the UK. Unsurprisingly for the time of year. So, I put out a video the other day saying that the BBC would settle with Donald Trump. And it appears as though they've started that long and laborious process with a written apology. From Dr. Samir Shah, I believe, who is the current chair of the BBC. All very august terms for a bunch of people who are running the most competent intelligence operation on the planet, dressed as the BBC. Just my opinion, of course. And allegedly. So, they've apologised. And they had the barefaced gall to call it a mistake. They called the very highly selective editing of a speech that Donald Trump made, with a statement from the beginning of the speech and a statement from the end of the speech, endish of the speech, and put them together. That's a mistake. They got a person to review the footage, to take it to an editor, get that editor to edit that footage together for broadcast, which they then duly broadcast, and spent the intervening time between then and now not owning up to their mistake, even though it caused a massive furore in between. Mistake. Let's be very, very clear. The BBC, regardless of what you want to say about it, is staffed by a bunch of competent professionals on a technical level. These people know their job. And it's a mistake. I'm letting it hang in the air for a moment. It's a mistake. So any right-thinking person at this moment will know the BBC making a mistake like that. And that general sense of surprise, incredulousness, is something that's being felt by many, many people now, except for the blind sheep or potentially assets, various pundits and commentators. I keep wittering on about the fact that I think that there are intelligence assets everywhere in media, and that they're, quite frankly, unaware of each other. I mean, how would you introduce yourself to a person who you had suspicions was another journalistic asset? Is there a special handshake that happens? You know, did they walk past each other and tip each other the wink? They must look at each other and think, that journalist over there is kind of saying what I'm saying, and I've been told to say what I'm saying, so maybe they're an asset like me? I jest, of course. I'm being a bit overly theatrical about it. But my point stands that what was done to Trump by the BBC or via the BBC wasn't a mistake. It was done by people who have an agenda. And that agenda was to make sure Trump never got into power. Now, I've said it before and I will say it again. I'm no fan of Trump. But in a weird dystopian place we find ourselves now, he's the hero that America needs. And it's difficult enough making these videos sounding as conspiratorial as I am. And yes, I'm aware of it. Without looking equally, if not more, insane. But I've just taken a look at what's around me, at what the BBC has become. And it's gone from impartiality from over 30 years ago, this slow creep of delivering opinion. And when I recognised this, I just asked myself, whose opinion would that be? And that led me down this kind of weird rabbit hole, I suppose. I'm not happy about it. I started this channel to cover funny things, but, here we are. So, to get back to the point, the BBC will settle, but not immediately. They will make this a long, drawn-out affair. They will try to save face at every turn. And as I said in my last video, they will waste no effort in blaming Donald Trump for the mistakes that they made. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Do like, subscribe and share. And until next time, look after yourselves.